Hi, I'm David. I like to make cool stuff.
Over the last year, I've done a couple projects like a breadboard CPU, couple game engines, an OS kernel, a tower, and then every week where I make a small project, well, every week. For this portfolio, I decided to go with my little ESP32 game console and the game engine I built for it. I initially started this project with an Arduino, but since my plan was for the games to be 3D, I eventually felt the lack of memory in that microcontroller, so I ended up switching to an ESP32. This project consists of three parts: the graphics library, which allows you to create and render 3D shapes, a physics library which enables collision detection, and the main engine that ties these two together, allowing you to create video games that run on the ESP32 inside my UI shell. To make the graphics appear 3D, I used this equation to make points further away from the camera appear smaller on screen. I had already learned this from my first game engine, called Pick, although there I eventually switched to OpenGL, which allowed me to produce much nicer visuals. But for this project, building fully custom graphics was far more fun. For the physics, I wrote an extremely simple system which works by taking the x and y sides of different blocks, calculating the location of their sides, and checking if each side falls within two sides of another block. This approach adds severe limitations, since now objects can only be cuboids, and they cannot rotate, at least in the logical spectrum. But it also runs several times faster than a standard library. I eventually went on to experiment with other types of collision, but these are for future projects. The final part glues all this together and allows users to create simple games that they can run on the ESP32. To test its usability, I made two games, one about avoiding asteroids and another is Tetris. While I still plan on writing custom drivers for this project, I mostly moved on from it, and now I'm working on a new x86 game engine I'm trying to make far more professional than big. My eventual goal is to implement this new game engine in my operating system, although it'll take me a couple years. Peace.